Hi, my name is Ed King, and I've been Director of Small Business Services at Wayne State University now for almost 30 years. And over that time, I've seen our small business students make enormous mistakes when it comes to advertising. Advertising is very, very simple. All you have to do is answer 3 questions. Number 1, why should they buy your product or service? Why should they buy your product or service? Most people don't know because they fall in love with their product or service. And what you have to understand is that your customers don't buy your product. What they buy are the benefits of your product. Which means, let's say you're working around the house this weekend and you decide to hang an oil painting. You jump in the car, you drive down to the hardware store, and you come back with a 1/4-inch drill bit. Now, what you bought was a 1/4-inch drill bit, but what you truly wanted, what you truly desired, was not a 1/4-inch drill bit, but rather a 1/4-inch hole in the wall. The second question you must answer is, why should they buy it from you? You've got to differentiate yourself from the competition. And I know what some of you are saying, well, I'm going to do it on price. I'll be the cheapest one in town. I'm cheap, 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 cheap. Well, if you're selling a product, you can't compete with Walmart. Those guys in Arkansas are good. Matter of fact, many times they buy in such tremendous quantities that they can afford to sell it retail for less than what you paid for it wholesale. And you're trying to compete with these guys? But some of you are saying, well, that's okay, Uncle Ed. I'll have a cheap service. Well, the problem with that is people equate the service with the price. Low price, lousy service. For example, let's say you or a loved one decide to go get LASIK surgery on your eyes. You look through the newspaper, maybe a magazine, Yellow Pages, you'll find out that they're going to charge $1,000, maybe $1,500 for 2 eyes. Well, you should go see my brother-in-law because he's got a company called Eyeball City. $25 an eye, or 2 for $45. Now, you may be asking yourself, how in the heck can he only charge $25? It's easy. First of all, he didn't spend a lot of time in medical school. He didn't study. He went there for, a couple weeks. He studied the eyeball. He didn't study the foot or the brain or the lungs or anything else like that. When he got to the eyeball, he went out and bought the book and paid attention. The third question you must answer is, why should they buy it now? You've got to give them a reason to come down there now. If you don't give them a reason to come down there now, they'll look at your ad and say, that's exactly what I need. That's the place to get it. We'll get around to it next month sometime. And they will forget about you. You've got to give them a reason to come down there now. The 3 questions every ad must answer is, why buy the product or service? Why should they buy it from you? And 3, why should they buy it now? My name is Ed King. And that's the truth. And if you can't handle the truth, go to work for the post office.